Among top 10 farmland nations, US or India leads? From rainforest to plains, diverse landscapes foster strikingly different farming miracles. So out of the more than 200 countries and regions in the world, which ones actually have the most farmland? And how does this land impact the global food landscape? 10th, Australia, a southern hemisphere country with vast, varied land and huge arable area. Australia covers 7.7412 million kilometers squared, about 76 South Korea's sixth largest. Yet much of this vast land can't support farming. 1/3 is unsuitable, and another third suits livestock only. Fertile farmland keeps Australia in the world's top 10, covering 31.265 million hectares, 4%. UNFAO data says by 2021 Australia led in farmland and ranked among top 10 exporters. Land yields wheat, barley, rice, sorghum, cotton, sunflower, peanuts, sugarcane and potatoes. Notably, wheat and barley are Australia's pride. As a grain exporter, it ships quality grain worldwide, feeding many nations. Australia's farming isn't just nature-driven. Modern tech boosts its edge. Efficient irrigation, advanced equipment, and sustainable management keep yields steadily rising despite global climate change. In the southeast, the Murray-Darling Basin is Australia's farm heart, growing staple crops and driving most agricultural income. Overall, Australia's land isn't ideal, yet its huge cropland, rich farm resources, and efficient technology make it a key agricultural power, supplying the world with food through nature and know-how. Number 9. Ukraine. In Eastern Europe, a natural gift and key to global food supply. About 603,550 square kilometers, over half fertile farmland, Ukraine has 32.924 million hectares of farmland, 329,240 square kilometers, over 54.55% of its land, top 10 globally. Ukraine's black soil secures its place on the world farm map. Called soil's gold, it's exceptionally rich. Over 60% of the country is covered, about 1/4 of Earth's black soil, earning Ukraine Europe's breadbasket title. Wheat, corn, soybeans, and sunflowers keep growing here. Most is exported, making Ukraine the world's third-largest grain exporter and a vital link in global food supply chains. Ukraine's farm strength is more than acreage. Its superior soil, the thick, nutrient-rich black earth needs little fertilizer yet grows high yields. UNFAO data keeps Ukraine top for arable land and soil quality globally. With such gifted conditions, Ukraine holds 1/4 of the world's black soil, a scarce asset that anchors its weight in global farming. Ukraine's farm miracle is more than soil. It shows people relying on nature and shaping it. From wheat to sunflowers, this land tells of harvest and hope, a jewel of Europe. It supports world food supplies, feeding millions. 8th, Nigeria. In West Africa, it's a lively land of plains and plateaus, mostly flat, made for farming. Over 1/3 is fertile cropland. Total land tops 60 million hectares. By end 2021, 36,872 million were developed, about 368,700 square kilometers, or 39.9% of Nigeria, making it Africa's largest arable land base and a global hotspot. Nigeria's land nurtures crops and Africa's farm hopes, a breadbasket yielding abundantly cotton, peanuts, rice, cassava, and more today. Nigeria's cassava harvest ranks among the world's best. These crops feed locals and supply global markets. Agriculture delivers vital resources worldwide and underpins Nigeria's economy with strong, pillar-like support at home. Yet Nigeria's appeal isn't only rich farm resources. Varied landscapes and conditions unlock huge potential. Fertile plains and a climate make the setting for agriculture. From humid rainforests to dry northern plains, Nigeria's varied climate grows many crops. Vital to Africa and global agriculture, Nigeria's farm gains are more than land use. They show resilience. Fields link villages to cities, growing hope. Here, countless farmers labor by hand, planting a future and writing inspiring new chapters. Speaking of Nigeria, it's more than vast farmland. It holds rich resources and boundless promise. Its fields are nature's gift, shaped by human grit and skill. A fertile land beating like Africa's heart. 7th, Canada. In northern North America, it's the second largest country, spanning 9.98 million square kilometers. But its Arctic latitude brings cold weather, so little land is farmable. Even so, Canada ranks among the top 10 for farmland, with 38.259 million hectares, 3.8% of its area, UNFAO 2021 data shows, highlighting agricultural strength. Most Canadian farmland is on the prairie's flat, fertile, and agriculture's core. Ontario, British Columbia, and Quebec add more. In the St. Lawrence Basin, river water and rich soil make it a major breadbasket. Canada is a major farm exporter with diverse crops: wheat, barley, oats, soybeans, and canola. Canola output and exports rank among the world's best. These crops feed Canadians and ship worldwide, providing steady income. Despite harsh high-latitude conditions, Canada uses science-based farming and smart land use to maximize farmland, a key link in agriculture and food supply. Vast farmland and rising farm potential give Canada a role in global agriculture, bolstering food security. This northern land, modest yet steady, quietly keeps shipping abundant crops worldwide. Uniquely. 6. Argentina, South America's second largest, covers 2.78 million square kilometers. Farming and ranching underpin this vast land, winning it lasting renown as the world's breadbasket and meat supplier. According to the FAO, Argentina had 42.21 million hectares of cultivated land in 2021, about 15.2% of its total area, ranking 6th worldwide and making it a major agricultural power. Argentina's cropland lies on the La Plata Plains, especially the Pampas fertile, mild. The nation's farm heartland supplying soy, corn, wheat, sorghum, sunflower seed at home and worldwide too. Argentina's soy output stands out. Soy exports rank among the world's top worldwide, influencing global food supply. Livestock is strong. The Pampas favor farming and open grazing. Argentina has herds of cattle and sheep, producing top-grade beef loved worldwide. Mention Argentina, and you picture endless Pampas, cattle strolling in sunlight, an emblem of its ranching and farming. Argentina's farming and ranching thrive on fertile land and mild climate, yielding abundant products. Yet resources aren't endless. As growth continues, sustainable land use remains a key challenge. Keeping yields high while guarding soil is a task for this agri-power. Argentina, Earth's gift, feeds the world with crops and livestock. Here, nature and farming align. 5th is Brazil, South America's largest country, with 58.25 million hectares of farmland, 6.84% of its total area, ranking among the world's leaders. Brazil's farmland sits on the flat Brazilian highlands, chiefly in the central east and east. Rich soils and location give a strong farm edge. In the tropics, Brazil has mild weather and ample rain, so farming thrives year-round. These conditions make it a top producer, first in coffee, sugarcane, citrus, and beans, and high in soybeans, corn, and rice. In grain markets, Brazil is vital, exporting crops worldwide and feeding itself, anchoring supply chains. Its farming depends on efficient land management, Brazil's level plateau lets modern farm machinery work with ease. Rich soils and a favorable climate help cash crops like coffee and sugarcane flourish. They fuel economic growth and make Brazil a major supplier worldwide. Brazil's farm miracle shows abundant natural wealth and an irreplaceable role in global food security. From coffee's aroma to sugarcane's sweetness, every crop proves Brazil, South America's agricultural giant. Fourth, Russia, world's largest nation, spanning 17.09825 million square kilometers, about 1/8 of Earth's land. That's nearly all South America, with enough left to fit Mexico too. Russia is huge, yet only 7.1% is arable, fourth due to black soils. UNFAO 2021 SEN. Russia has 121.65 million hectares of arable land, making it Europe's largest. Its fertile black soil belt covers about 1 million square kilometers, mainly across the East European plain. This soil is Russia's breadbasket and among the world's richest soils. The Volga and Don basins are another farm zone, with climate and plenty of water. However, most of Russia lies far north. Winters are long and bitter, limiting crops. Yet arable land still stays productive, mainly wheat, soybeans, corn. These crops meet domestic needs and export widely. Especially wheat. Russia is now an exporter. Other crops yield less. Yet black soil and modern farm tech still make its agriculture formidable. From the Eastern European plain to the Volga basin, Russia's farmland shows nature and humans living as one. Though cold, black soil nourishes it, promising abundance and hope. Third, China, a longtime agricultural nation with land to farm. The 2022 Resources Report lists 1.914 billion mu of farmland, third after US and India. Compared with the end of 2021, China's arable land rose by about 1.3 million mu, reflecting steady growth and efficient land management and protection. China's farmland clusters in the northeast, North China, the Yangtze's mid-lower reaches, and the river delta. 64% lies north of Kinling Weihai, the grain core and tech hub. Heilongjiang, Inner Mongolia, Henan, Jilin, and Xinjiang hold 40% of farmland. China's agricultural backbone. China is vast north-south. Diverse climates and terrain give China crops: wheat, rice, corn, soybeans, and potatoes grown nationwide, forming a pattern of south rice, north wheat, east corn, west potato. This diverse farming system feeds 1.4 billion and keeps China top in grain, producing over 600 million tons yearly. Yet farmland shifts. As growth and urbanization accelerate, China prioritizes land use protection and sustainability. To hold the 1.8 billion mu red line, it strengthened safeguards and built fields, raising efficiency. With innovation and modern farm tech, China has sharply raised yields per acre, strengthening food security. Its farmland is a vast canvas. Every patch holds stories and hope today, from black soil to the lowest plateau, from Jiangnan waterways to Yan'an Guizhou highlands. This land anchors China's economy and helps feed the world. China shows duty. Second, India, 154.4479 million hectares farmland, 47% of its land. Second to US globally, Asia's largest. India spans 3.28726 million square kilometers, smaller than China, but with high arable share. Farmland lies on plains and plateaus, mainly the Ganges Plain and Deccan Plateau. With a tropical monsoon climate, heavy rain, and hot summers, these regions are ideal for farming. India grows rice, wheat, cotton, jute, and tea. The Ganges Plain is the key grain belt, sustaining rural livelihoods for millions nationwide. Yet despite vast arable land, India's farming still struggles. A weaker economy leaves poor infrastructure, irrigation, and machinery lag, severely cutting land use efficiency and slowing modernization of agricultural production. Meanwhile, Indian farmers rely on traditional practices, making them less able to withstand climate change. This holds back India's agricultural potential. Overall, vast farmland, resources, and climate give India growth potential. To unlock this potential, invest more in infrastructure and modern ag tech. This land offers vast chances in grain output and farm economy. Number 1. The United States. Finally, look to this farming powerhouse with the world's largest cropland. America has a total of 157.7368 million hectares overall, about 2.366 billion mu, or 1.577 million square kilometers. Mongolia's size lies between 30 and 50 degrees north, where temperate continental climate supplies sun and warmth, firmly anchoring U.S. agriculture worldwide. America's terrain varies. Over 70% of farmland is on the Great Plains and lowlands, suited to mechanized farming. The Mississippi Plain is famous. The U.S. has 1.2 million kilometers squared of fertile black soil, making it ideal for high, reliable harvests of corn, soybeans, wheat, potatoes, and barley. These crops meet U.S. needs and make America a food exporter. Corn and soybeans stay crucial worldwide. Efficient modern farming and solid infrastructure keep agriculture a key pillar. U.S. agriculture succeeds not just by nature, but through land use and management. From Mississippi River irrigation to modern farm machines, every field is valued. So it's more than an industry, supporting U.S. food security and global supply. Vast farmland and its farm system grant America unmatched influence. Whether it's being self-sufficient or exporting for revenue, the land of the U.S. is quietly providing the world with abundant harvests. That's all for this episode. Of the 10 biggest arable land countries, which impressed you most? Leave a comment below.